You know, our mother would tell Daddy, take the kids for the day. And so we would spend the time at the record shop. My dad would teach me how to splice reel to reel tape. There was just recording stuff everywhere, stacks and stacks of records. My dad often played music through speakers outside the shop window. There was a gentleman who talked about how when he was a boy, he would wake up in the morning and know the tone of the day because of what my dad was playing. He was big man on Hastings Street. The construction of the freeway started about 1959-60. And so gradually, as it encroached, those businesses began to close and then disappear. It really does something to a community when you cut it in half and put a great wound in the middle of them. My dad had to move his record store into a new community where everything was different, but he would continue to go to Hastings Street, what was left of it, because I think he was homesick for it. It was hard for him to let go. By that time, the freeway was already dug out. And I remember one day, my dad looking out on that deep dirt hole. I can see that dirt now. And I remember him saying, that used to be Hastings. It was gone. After that, he careened downward, and his need to cope with this somehow, he determined to do by drinking. I have had the mission to keep my father's memory alive, but I can't do that without talking about the freeway and how it took over this area, and without talking about Black Bottom itself. And I became involved in a project called the Black Bottom Street View Project. These old insurance photographs were uncovered, and it was the first time there was visual evidence that this whole idea that Black Bottom was only a slum and therefore there was justification for destroying it was eliminated once you could see these amazing photographs. One of the most gratifying things that happens to me is going to an event and seeing young people talking about Black Bottom. Because of all of our efforts, is reaching this next generation of kids who otherwise would have known nothing about it. This was a place that had been forgotten by many, but it will not die now, because now generations are talking about it.